Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. So if you haven't heard by now, you can see on the screen. If you remember, this is Daniel Penny right here, the Marine. Daniel Penny, he's facing charges of having the trial now in the death of Jordan Neely. Uh, remember, Jordan Neely was on the subway allegedly, scaring people, making threats. A lot of women said they were afraid, and Daniel Penny, him and another man tried to, control him. The other man held uh, Jordan Neely, looks like near his legs, and Daniel Penny put him in a chokehold. The chokehold reportedly lasted too long, 6 minutes, which ultimately led to the death of Jordan Neely. So they're on day, as I understand today, would be day 12 of the trial, and they've called some witnesses to the stand. I think this case is going to have the outcome is going to be very interesting. Either I'm thinking that Daniel Penny, if he gets any time, it's going to be very minimal. But I think there's also the probability that Daniel Penny may get no time. Okay? People say, oh, Jordan Neely, he was, mentally ill. And that's what happens. I hear you, but too many cases where the mentally ill person kills someone, then it's like, oh, they're mentally ill. Does that make it okay? Does it? Now, again, Jordan Neely didn't kill anyone. In this case here, his behavior, people being afraid, the Marine said, reportedly, Daniel Penny, I felt I had to act. Well, he did act. It went too far. So let's go ahead and listen to this clip. And I want to discuss how I think it's a possibility that Daniel Penny, he might go free. There's so much violence going on. There were women, different nationalities. A lot of people, say, hey, it's a race issue, but there are women that, there was a black woman that said, hey, I was on the subway and she was scared. She said she was glad that Daniel Penny, and this was reported when it first happened, that Daniel Penny was there. See, often in our community, you do that. Hey, it's just ignored. Even if a woman is attacked, it's just ignored, or a man might film it. And if it's a decent man, I'm going to say, speaking for my community, the BC, the black community, quite often, if it's a decent man that intervenes, that black man is more than likely going to be killed because he's going against the grain, of the pretty much what I see, the consensus of, hey, these women are on their own, don't protect them. A black man, a black woman was assaulted. He tried to help her. What happened? He was shot up. Another woman was assaulted. A black man just simply let her use his phone, and the fools came back and shot him up too. So this here, let's take a listen to what the witnesses are saying. And I'm just thinking this may have a factor if he's found not guilty.
In the trial of Daniel Penny, prosecutors have called more than a dozen witnesses so far. He is the Marine veteran charged in the chokehold death of Jordan Neely on the subway last year.
He's pleaded not guilty to second-degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide. Alice Gaynor covers courts and was there as more passengers testified.
So now you're about to hear the passenger. This passenger right here, he said, I don't care if I die. I don't care if you die. Here we go.
A subway rider told the jury she's seen many incidents on the train before, but on May 1st, 2023, on board this F train, there was a moment where I thought I was truly going to die. She explained a screaming 30-year-old Jordan Neely entered the subway car in soiled clothing. He said, I don't care if I die. I don't care if you die. Lock me up for life. Very, very, very aggressive threats. She testified she didn't see Neely make any physical contact with anyone. She also didn't see any weapons on Neely, but I truly felt that he was most likely armed. With nowhere to go because the train was in motion, she said, she felt a sense of relief when Daniel Penny restrained Neely. Neely's father stood up in the gallery and, as he left, said, she's a bleeping liar. Prosecutors argue Penny's intentions were good, but that he took things too far, using excessive force in placing Neely in a chokehold for nearly 6 minutes. Cell phone video taken by a high schooler was played. That teen took the stand visibly nervous, soft-spoken, and crying at one point. We heard her tell a 911 operator of Neely he's trying to attack everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The man seen here, circled in this video, took the stand and showed pictures he took of Neely on the ground. He testified he was in the station, saw a crowd, and went over with no context as to what was happening. He says he heard someone say, "Let him go, you're going to kill him," and also heard others say Neely had a pulse. He says he tried to pour water on Neely's forehead, but Penny told him to stop. We cannot hear that on this video. Penny's attorneys on cross said Penny can be seen moving Neely's head to the side, repositioning Neely's arm to support his head. At one point, the judge had to remind people seated in the gallery to do their best not to visibly or audibly react. At one point, a woman loudly crying exited the courtroom. The trial resumes tomorrow.
Now, they were telling him to put him on his side so he doesn't choke on his spit, and they're saying, hey, that I guess that's what Daniel Penny tried to do at some point, but again, it didn't work. And here's my thing. Like I said, the father yelled out, she's a liar. Sir, and with all due respect, were you there? But here's my thing. People say, oh, he was mentally ill. That cannot be the excuse. Too many people for that behavior. Oh, he wasn't going to do anything. How do we know that? Again, we don't know that. He was mentally ill. And quite often, mentally ill people will unalive someone, and then what? Then what happens, and I've seen this, not in this case here, but I'm speaking in general, what I've seen prior. A mentally ill person can hurt someone, kill someone. They'll go, oh, the person was mentally ill. And then it goes to, I hope he gets the help that he needs. What about the victim? In this case here, he became the victim. He's trying to attack everybody. And I think someone said he threw a sweater or something at someone, but he was threatening them, and his demeanor. So it's not as if he was just sitting quietly on the train, okay? Just sitting quietly on the train, minding his own business, and then Daniel Penny showed up and did this. It's unfortunate, but the reality is, he said he felt he had to do something. Many women on that train said that they were afraid. You think? It's unfortunate what happened, but we cannot negate the fact that I'm just going to be real with you. If he hadn't pulled that stuff letting those people, maybe, just maybe, he would still be here. If that was me on that train and I was one of those women afraid too, yeah, I would want somebody to come and defuse it. Again, he went too far. He held him and took hold too long. But the reality is, and a lot of people are going to say, oh, that's horrible, especially in the Black community. The reality is, if he hadn't got on that train threatening people, let's be real, he might still be here today. They're saying he said, oh, I don't care if I die. I don't care if you die. He's trying to attack everybody. And so the Marine steps in, oh, I'm going to go ahead and defuse the situation. It went too far. So I think because of that premise alone, because of the violence, I think also because of the violence against women, I don't know what the jury makeup is in this particular case, but because of the violence against women, guess what? I hate to tell you, it is probable, I'm guessing, either a very light sentence or possibly not guilty. I don't see any 10, 20 years in jail. In prison. I mean, I could be wrong. We will soon find out, hopefully. But I just don't see it. So it was like he was just talking, threatening people. People were scared. They don't know what he's going to do. How many people, oh, he was just threatening. Well, we'll wait to see when a person does something. Then the person makes a threat. And I'm speaking in general. Person makes a threat. Next thing you know, somebody's, well, he finally did it. Yep. Oh, so now we know afterlife has been lost. Then here comes oh, I hope he gets some help. Well, what about the family? See, that part has happened a whole lot. I hope he gets some help. And then, the family, just go ahead and bury your loved one and moved on. But hey, we hope he gets some help. I'm telling you, The outcome is going to be interesting, but it would not surprise me. And let me know what you all think. I'm guessing either a light sentence or maybe not guilty. People are tired. Again, 6 minutes, and they said, hey, he's got training for this. They're saying Daniel Penny has training for this. So he knew, not to hold someone in a chokehold that long. That's what I've heard in other news outlets, okay, when this happened initially. But I want to know what you all think. Maybe they just should go ahead and just let the guy just terrorize everybody and just get off the train one by one until something happens. For people, family members, oh, he had mental illness. Did you get him any mental help? We did the best we could. Well, how good was that? Teen so afraid she called 911. He's trying to attack everybody. So what are they supposed to do? Maybe just wait till maybe he'll attack somebody. Again, you had women from my community, the black community, saying, hey, they were glad Daniel Penny is there because we know in the black community, man, women are attacked. We're alive, unalived every day. And then next thing you know, well, maybe she shouldn't have gone to work that day. She should have been at home. Maybe she shouldn't have been gotten up early that day. It's always some old lazy excuse. You're going to find some self-hating idiot because in our community, let's be real, the women are not valued as a collective. No, they are not. You can tell by the treatment. And you can't carry a gun in New York. You got to really know someone. So this here, he's trying to attack everybody. What did the first witness say?
Die. She explained
I don't care if I die. I don't care if.
But on May 1st, 2023, on board this F train, there was a moment where I thought I was truly going to die.
So, and again, it is what it is. So he was that activated, I'm assuming, going off the rails, based on what she said, that she thought she was going to die. Really? It must have really been something.
But on May 1st, 2023, on board this F train, there was a moment where I thought I was truly going to die. She explained a screaming 30-year-old Jordan Neely entered the subway car in soiled clothing. He said, I don't care if I die. I don't care if you die. Lock me up for life. Very, very, very aggressive threats. She testified she didn't see Neely make any physical contact with anyone. She also didn't see any weapons on Neely, but I truly felt that he was most likely armed. With nowhere to go because the train was in motion, she said, she felt a sense of relief when Daniel Penny restrained Neely.
She felt a sense of release when Daniel Penny restrained Neely. I've heard reports of other female passengers saying the same. And I'm sure they've probably, what is that, Vordier, eliminated anyone, especially a female who may have been attacked or robbed. I'm sure Vordier would have gotten rid of that person on the jury. But see, that right there, that statement right there, I just think that may have an impact.
Train was in motion, she said. She felt a sense of relief when Daniel Penny restrained Neely.
She felt relief.
Neely's father stood up in the gallery and, as he left, said, she's a bleeping liar. Prosecutors argue Penny's intentions were good, but that he took things too far, using excessive force in placing Neely in a chokehold for nearly 6 minutes. Cell phone video taken by a high schooler was played. That teen took the stand visibly nervous, soft-spoken, and crying at one point. We heard her tell a 911 operator of Neely he's trying to attack everybody. The man seen here, circled in this video,
he's trying to attack everybody.
Took the stand and showed.
Now listen to this part. I didn't show this man, but listen to this part.
Pictures he took of Neely on the ground. He testified he was in the station, saw a crowd, and went over with no context as to what was happening. He says he heard someone say, let him go, you're going to kill him, and also heard others say Neely had a pulse.
So the man says he might choke on his spit, so put him on his side. That's what that man is saying.
He says he tried to pour water on Neely's forehead, but Penny told him to stop. We cannot hear that on this video. Penny's attorneys on cross said Penny can be seen moving Neely's head to the side, repositioning Neely's arm to support his head.
And see, though that factor too, when they said he can't be seen, which the video was blurred out, he can't be seen putting Neely on his side. That's why I think it may not be the verdict that many are anticipating.
Told him to stop. We cannot hear that on this video. Penny's attorneys on cross said Penny can be seen moving Neely's head to the side, repositioning Neely's arm to support his head. At one
So
point, the judge
the
had to
only
remind
video that we saw, pieces that I could see that weren't blurred out, was actually him holding him in a chokehold with Jordan Neely on his back. Okay? It was blurred out, but they said he turned him to his side. So I think that could be a factor. And the fact when the woman said, again, here's his teeth and he's trying to attack everybody. When the woman said that, he thought she was going to die.
But on May 1st, 2023, on board this F train, there was a moment where I thought I was truly going to die. She explained a screaming 30-year-old Jordan Neely entered the subway car in soiled clothing. He said, "I don't care if I die. I don't care if you die. Lock me up for life." Very, very, very aggressive threats. She testified she didn't see Neely make any physical contact with anyone. She also didn't see any weapons on Neely, but I truly felt that he was most likely armed. With nowhere to go because the train was in motion, she said, she felt a sense of relief when Daniel Penny restrained Neely. Neely's
Wow. So those two factors, if people put themselves in her shoes, especially women, that could be a factor in the decision. If not just the verdict, also any possible sentencing. And if on the video that they can show Daniel Penny placing Jordan Neely on his side, because they were saying he could choke on his spit, that right there could say, hey, he didn't try to kill him. He even tried to help him. So let me know what you all think. Again, if there's a guilty verdict, given those factors discussed in this video that I want to share with you, I don't think it's going to be like, oh, you're going to get 10, 15, 20 years. I just don't see it happening. I could be wrong, okay? Just my opinion. Let me know what you all think. I think it's also possible people may and they can vote their conscience, might come with a not guilty. But if it is guilty, I just don't see a long prison term awaiting Daniel Penny. I just don't. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you all think. Should Daniel Penny face 10, 20, 30 years in prison? Do you think that he's going to get some serious time after if he's found guilty? Or do you think, hey, he may not get any time, that he may possibly be found not guilty? Let me know what you all think. Look forward to your comments. And again, thanks for watching and supporting the channel. I'm out.